Well, hey guys, you happen to catch me putting a spring pot together. Now, I don't do this a lot, but you know what? We all need some pretty, we all need some color, and we all just need something fun. So I have this big urn, it's a cast iron urn. If you follow me, you know I have an obsession with antique cast iron urns. You know, this one has a few imperfections, but I don't care because it's beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is actually put a few things in it. In about 2 months, in May, in Iowa, I'm gonna put my massive agave in this. I have one big agave that I love to put in this pot, but until then, I wanna have a little bit of fun and I wanna enjoy something. And I like to do that with mostly perennials so I can plant them. I'm not a huge annual person because I like things that I can put in the ground and then enjoy them for years instead of putting money into a few things that I just enjoy and then have to get rid of. So Kip is gonna join us just because he does, and I'm gonna start planting some fun things. So to start, I have some Lenton rose, some hellebores. They're frost Kip, Pippa's purple is what these are. And what I love about these are so fun to enjoy because they're a semi-evergreen, so their leaves stay green well into the winter. And then early spring, right now, they pop up these gorgeous flowers when nothing else is blooming in my garden. These are popping up. They almost look fake because they are just so perfect. So just like I would do if I'm planting them in the ground, I'm kind of opening their roots. I'm making sure to open them up. So what we do when we're doing a spring planter, just like if I was gonna put a fall planter together, we're gonna put a lot more things into this than we usually would. And that's because it's only gonna have about 2 months. So we want it to look full, we want it to look luscious and vibrant. So we're putting in big established plants that in about 2 months are gonna be planted in the ground. So we might as well start with ones that look really good right now. So you can see I'm just spreading those roots out. So I'm gonna start by putting these in the middle, and then we're gonna move on to a little bit more fun texture. So now I'm taking these frosted violet coral bells, and I am really taking that root ball and opening it up. Those are all capillary roots. They are smaller, they are not doing too much. And then this allows me to plant it in a tighter space. And look, okay, so I'm a person that will play on texture anytime I can. And as you can see, these colors and textures, look how fun they are. You get the purple hues, kind of those deep jewel tones. It's speaking my language, I'm obsessed with it. But then for me, I'm doing a pop, which, guys, I'm doing the Eversheen Japanese Sedge. Eversheen. I'm just too excited. So what I like about this is, again, perennial for me in zone 5B here in Southeast Iowa. I'm taking apart that root ball, look at that. I'm taking it apart so it doesn't need all that extra, and this is good for it to want to send out new roots. You're stimulating growth on those roots. And what I can do is now offset where I did the coral bell, and I'm gonna plant in, and look at that beautiful color. Look at all of that texture you're giving it. And as it grows in here in the next couple months, it's gonna just fill in, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm excited. So I'm gonna finish putting these in, and then we'll show the final product. That's the fun part. So I'm finishing this off with just a little bit of annuals. So I'm trying to use the annuals sparingly and then using mostly things that I have. So a few pansies. Again, I'm going with the tones and colors I have, and then some Dusty Miller. I love Dusty Miller. One, it can last all season long. Unlike pansies here in Iowa, pansies, it can get way too hot and humid. They don't love the full sun. Dusty Miller does beautiful, and it looks amazing in arrangements later on. So I will still use this, and I can transplant it later on to a different pot if I want to. So at this point, I have my little bit of annuals in front to give some pops of color and grow in and get a little bit bigger. I have my coral bells. I have my grass here that's gonna kind of come over the sides. The coral bell, grass, and Lenton rose are all from Monrovia, which I've done a garden series with them in the past called Getting Dirty. You can look at it on YouTube. But all these now have a couple months where they can just really fill in, but also I am putting them so much more full than I usually would. So when we have a packed one like this and we have annuals like the pansies, I'll probably fertilize the pansies almost at least every other week, if not every week, because I want them to really explode, pop. In 2 months, I want them to be full and beautiful and give me color. So I will probably do that. I'm gonna wash off some of my dirt there around the edge. That's kind of, guys, that's what I do. And so I'll fertilize these with just a general 10-10-10 all-purpose fertilizer, kind of by water. And then come May, I'm gonna plant the Lenton rose or hellebore. I'm gonna plant them down in the ground in one of my flower beds. The sedge I'll plant in a flower bed. The coral bell I'll plant in a flower bed. I may transplant the dusty miller. Most likely the pansies are the only thing that we just may not have good weather for. But guys, this is gonna be the pot. It keeps on giving. Here as a focal point, but then also in the ground for years to come. Well, it could be better, and honestly, it's just fun. So my whole point with these is you don't have to exactly replicate. You just have to enjoy and find things you love. Maybe find things that you wanna have in your yard this year, put them in a pot for a while, enjoy them, and go plant them. So as always, what helps me the most? When you share these videos around, because yes, it helps me the more people that see them, but it helps all those people see how easy and fun this stuff can be. Because if gardening is fun, more people will do it, because you can just enjoy it. So if I can do it, I know you can do it. We can all do it and make the world a more beautiful place with more life. So share them around, check my website, wiseguide.com, for tips, for tricks, for gardening, for canning, for preserving, for food, recipes. It's all there. A lot of me is on there. Go plant something. I'm gonna go plant more.